What's going on? It's Orca with Fearless Orca Tactical, and today we're going to be reviewing the HK VP9. All right, guys, the HK VP9. This is what you get in the box. You get your firearm. Comes with two different size adjustable back and side straps to help lend with ergonomics for fit for your hand. You get a magazine loader and you get two 15-round magazines. These here have the extended base plates that add, I believe, 2 more rounds, so you get 17 in each of these round magazines. These were purchased off of hkparts.net. This particular gun also has a TLR 7 on it, which is a really nice light, really bright. It has 2 modes, on, continuous, and then strobe. This right here is a really good setup for home defense. It could lend well for concealed carry if you can hide it. It's a mid-size 9mm, so it is possible to conceal carry if you'd like. But I think in its current configuration, this lends really well to a home defense gun or something you take with you in your truck. Maybe not something you leave in your vehicle, but something that you could have along with you outside of your everyday carry. Some of the things I really like about the VP9 are the trigger itself. It's got a little bit of a take up with mush, about 4mm, but once you hit the wall, it's only like a 5.5 pound trigger pull. And it also has a really great reset. Really quick, snappy, tactile, and slightly audible. I mean, the whole trigger group itself, I really like on this gun. I also really love how this gun fits in my hand. From the finger grooves up in the front to the way the swell of my palm right there in between my thumb and index finger just fit really perfect, almost like this was made for my hand. First time I ever picked one of these up, I knew this was something I definitely wanted to get my hands on and take out shooting. Really love the way the ergonomics are of this thing and the way it just feels and fits good in my hand. I also really like the sights that come with that. I don't know if you guys can tell here. It's kind of bright. These are luminescent sights. So while they're in bright light, they just look like standard white dot sights. But if you can see right there, they glow in the dark. It doesn't hold that long of a charge, only a few minutes. But just from sitting under here in the studio under the lights, you can see just by cupping my hand, it's got a nice bright glow, green glow to it. This lends really well to this being your home defense bump in the night gun, picking it up off your nightstand, and after it sat there all day, bang, you got some photoluminescence. You can also, if you carry a flashlight, if you had this as your carry gun, bang, shine it for a couple of seconds on the front and rear or just the front sight, and just it'll glow bright as day for a few minutes. I also really like the charging supports that HK put on the side. If you notice right here, it's a little notched out with a polymer piece right here by the rear of the slide on both sides of the gun. At first I thought it was kind of gimmicky, but while manipulating the gun out in the range, I really like that. It just helped get a better purchase. I think it would help with people with maybe a little bit weaker hands, being able to kind of have something to grab with the palm of their hand rather than just using all finger strength. So I think that's a really neat addition that HK put on here. And if you don't like it, I'm pretty sure with the movement they have that if you took the rear sight off, you would be able to slide these out of place and take them off if it wasn't something you liked. I also really like the low profile slide release that they have on the right side of the gun for left-handed shooters. Not only is it here, But unlike some other guns, this is easy to manipulate right away with my weak hand, which is untrue of some other guns out here that have ambidextrous slide releases, like my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. It has an ambi slide release. However, it's a very small and very difficult. I have to use all my strength just to release the slide, whereas this, no problem whatsoever. Some of the things that I don't necessarily like about the HK VP9 is the standard magazine is only 15 rounds, which, you know, it's competition. The Glock 19s, the Smith & Wesson compacts are very similar. They're only really running about 15 rounds. But there are other 9mm options out on the market that are going to allow you more capacity. Or you can do something like this, put the extended base plate on here, have more rounds. But when you do that, you're also extending your profile of your handle on this gun by about an inch, maybe just a little bit less than that, which leads me into leads me into my next con, which would be the mag release. If you're only familiar with, you know, standard American style mag releases right here with a thumb press, this is going to be a little bit different. You've got an ambi mag release, but it's right here in the trigger guard. So you can slide off either side with your index finger or your thumb if you can reach it. It's a little awkward with the thumb, but you really have to manipulate and rotate your hand for that. It's just something you kind of have to get used to while shooting this, that the mag release is not where you normally would consider for a mag release. But that's just kind of a pet peeve, something you can work past with practice. The last con I kind of have about the HK VP9 is the MSRP. It's a little pricey as far as the MSRP being, I think, $720 or somewhere around there. However, there are times, a lot of the time, where you can find this thing on sale. The MSRP is a little higher compared to its competition, you know, the 320, the Glock 19, or the Smith & Wesson M&P. But if you can find it on sale for around the same price as the others, or maybe a few dollars more, this is definitely a great pickup for all those things I mentioned before. And just the fact that while they're not technically night sights, you're getting these luminescent sights already included in the gun. Any of the other guns I just mentioned that would have night sights included are going to cost you about what this thing MSRP is for, maybe slightly less. So you're kind of getting all of that, and that's probably why they have the price where it is. That I just say it's a con just because, you know, there are other options out there on the market. If you're being frugal, or, you know, you have bills to pay like I do and money is an object, then, you know, you have to figure out what you want in a gun and what you're willing to sacrifice or pay for. All right, so my final thoughts on the HK VP9. This is a great mid-size gun, can be used for carry. Also makes a really great home defense gun, especially in this configuration with the TLR7 on it in the front and the extended magazine. If you guys can afford it, get you one. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and as always, we have to defend the second so we can protect the first.